they got jobs, but they weren't like the most sought after jobs.
I think that Darling actually peaked in college because he was a college football player.
Okay, well, they both peaked at young ages. Okay, we'll pretend this is college. Okay? And then they both got jobs, but they weren't like necessarily like the top jobs. So that kind of goes with them peaking at a young age. And football was their source of escapism. We have a little football drawn here. They endure hard times, and some of them are out of his control. I don't know who that was talking about. Who drew that? Reese. I don't know who it was, but.
Can you elaborate, Reese?
Yeah.
Okay, so in 80-yard run, Christian Darling, his decline. One thing you talked about the Great Depression. He had a good job, and then the Great Depression hit. I mean, that was out of his control. He couldn't control that, so that was one thing that he couldn't control. What was working against him, unlike Biff, where it was all of his choices. Where Darling didn't have a choice on whether the stock market crashed.
Comments?
Okay. Also, a comparative thing that we can put between these two characters is that they both have self-destructive characteristics, where we see that Darling's self-destruction comes from his nostalgia that he keeps rooting himself in and keeps him unable to move forward, and Biff is just like his inability to find something that he can focus on. And we both find that we see unfaithful husbands, not necessarily between Biff, but in both pieces of literature we see this. And someone wrote here, Darling never grew up, and neither did Biff or Willie. And having wives, but they both treated badly. So not only is there comparisons between Biff and Darling, but there's also a comparison between Darling and Willie. And I think that just expands kind of the comparison we can see between the two pieces of literature. And of course, we have a longhorn. I'm not quite sure what that stands for, but let's just say
Ben loves steak.
All right,
they're all
Victoria, what's the purpose of the Longhorn?
So the Longhorn represents Biff's idea to go against his father and to become a rancher and follow his own dreams.
So, okay, so that and bullheadedness, you could say?
Bullheadedness, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then,
they
of
love
course,
steak.
nostalgia. They're all living in the past. Thank you very much.